at you. Today, we're going to be going through the introduction section of the federal lawsuit I filed against all these nefarious characters on the left, including the city of Orono, the chief of police, their lawyers, and their mayor. Now, normally introductions are 1, 2, or maybe even 3 paragraphs long, but unfortunately, due to the nefarious activities over an extended period of time, my introduction is just a little bit longer. Introduction. I apologize to the court for the length of this brief. I understand the need for brevity, but have no choice but to include the majority of the pertinent facts and present them in such a manner as to make sense to the court. The length of this brief is not because of what I am choosing to write, but because of the numerous egregious actions that I have had to filter through and out, which were foisted upon me by the defendants. I still have thousands of documents I have not included in the evidence in order to simplify this claim. The city of Orono is illegally preventing micro wind power, formerly known as small wind energy conversion systems, or SWECs for short, from being installed in all of Orono in direct violation of Minnesota Statute 216 F.02 and Case 22 CV 147419, both of which specifically give all Minnesotans the right to harvest the wind for their personal use, including those that reside in Orono. Orono fighting and refusing to acknowledge and help with the global climate crisis is putting the safety of all persons, animals, ecosystems in Orono, Minnesota, the U.S., and around the globe in danger. Enacting an illegal ordinance prevented Mr. Nygaard and his potential clients in Orono from enjoying state and federal rights and incentives granted to them, plus the ability to personally contribute to the solution to the current climate crisis from carbon pollution. This is an action to bring Orono in line with Minnesota goals, policies, and statutes, United States goals, policies, and statutes, international treaties, thus protecting above said lives and ecosystems. This is also an action for money damages resulting from various people and officials working in conjunction to achieve a desired outcome. The city of Orono, Orono Police Department, city council members, and residents developed and acted a scheme that can only be best described as a pattern of bullying and harassment by abusing city and state agencies and city and state funds and processes that no other resident of Orono, and most likely the rest of Minnesota, has ever been subjected to. Their leader of the scheme, Dennis Walsh, developed and implemented a conspiracy designed to destroy the reputation of Mr. Nygaard and his business, Go Green Energy, LLC. In fact, Walsh created his own company, Go Green Energy, LLC Corporation, which mirrored Mr. Nygaard's Go Green Energy, LLC, while he was a sitting Orono city councilman. After establishing this illegal company, Orono Councilman Walsh openly declared his conspiratorial plan during public meetings, then enacted his plan after being elected mayor. The targeting of Mr. Nygaard continued through numerous actions by Walsh and many other individuals examined in depth later in this brief. The overall RICO activity was quite ingenious as it hid the scheme in the up-close views of 1,000 cuts, when an overhead view exposes the enormity of the corrupt operation. The above decade-plus long of attempts to take over Mr. Nygaard's business, extended police surveillance, targeting, numerous criminal and civil prosecutions, failure to provide required services, and outright lies and harassment by the city of Orono, Orono Police Department, city officials, city staff, and those that are otherwise employees of Orono, has interfered with and prevented Mr. Nygaard from doing business in Orono and beyond, and caused severe emotional distress for Mr. Nygaard that has manifested itself with the recurrence of his PTSD, depression, nightmares, anxiety, paranoia, and physical symptoms such as loss of appetite and nervous breakdowns. Mr. Nygaard's PTSD has been well known at the Orono City Hall and Police Department through Mr. Nygaard's now deceased service animal Fufu that accompanied Mr. Nygaard everywhere. Okay, folks, that's the introduction. That's kind of the overall general explanation of what's going to come. As you can see, I'm going to work my way through all the different sections and parse this out piece by piece. So everything is transparent, so nothing is hidden. Because we know Lawyers like to hide things. Lawyers like to pick at one thing or two. But this lawsuit, as you can see, includes everything because you have to tell the whole story in order to see the whole story. Well, up next, I think we're going to do the Orono Rico timeline. Turbine Guy, signing off.